How it do, how it be, how it is. Welcome in and welcome back. It's Saturday, which means we're playing Void Scourge, and just to right out the gate, Critical Bard has joined us for the phenomenal journey that we are taking in Void Scourge. If you haven't gotten caught up on Void Scourge, then feel free to hit up the YouTube. Jake and Feffers, as well as join our community. Feel free, we're over on the Discord. Oh man, I am SirFeffers, the humble dungeon master of the long shot community. Thank you all for being here, and again, big ups to Critical Bard for jumping in. Thank you so much for being here. I am very excited. All that good stuff. Critical Bard, take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
You little shit. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Hello, world, theys and gays and all those who don't even fucking know yet, and that's okay. My name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard. Critical Bard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. Interchangeable, just don't call me something I'm not. I'm an actor, vocalist, tabletop professional, hot mess incarnate, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them. Today I am playing a character. This character exists. This character also is a thing. If you want to know more, you can literally look right here and guess what they might be. But even then, that doesn't say shit. So that's me. Thank you so much for letting me be here. I'm going to throw it to the other half of the Blob Squad, the Blobobondo. What up, Fish?
Heyo, I'm an artsy fish. You can find me on the interwebs doing singing songs and playing games and drawing. I draw a lot. Pay attention to the YouTubes. There's more songy things happening soon. That's basically it. I play Azalea. I am a creepy lady who has a snake made of goop. It is wonderful and amazing. And, woo. gotta throw it to Lexi.
Hello, I'm SmolBirdLex. You can find me at SmolBirdLex and SmolBirdArt. I do commissions. You see the art all around the screen. I did that shit.
So
you want to hire me? Give me money. Do it. You can see me here on Saturdays. You can see me on Phoenix Milwaukee on Wednesdays playing a wizard, which is still fucking wild to me. The Barbarian Queen playing a wizard. Anyways, throw it over to this little guy.
Little guy.
Yeah, little guy.
Okay. My name is Offbeat Outlaw. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok under those exact same names. YouTube.com/OffbeatOutlaw. I am playing Nova Wake. He, him pronouns. I use the he, they pronouns. He's a pirate king. He's a spaceman. He's doing his best. And it's not going well. And that's me.
All right, so to recap, the party found this pane. A pane is kind of like a realm, a elemental plane, if you will, or a mortal plane that has been shattered, and that sucks for a whole bunch of reasons I'm not going to get into just yet because it'll take forever. Needless to say, the party has a vested interest in fixing this pane. After getting the name of the pane and doing some searching and researching, they cast Wish to try to fix this. If you didn't know, this is a level 20 campaign. We are on monolithic scale in this Saturday night campaign. And it briefly worked. Briefly, the pane was fixed. And then it started to crack and fold and break again, and so the party risked it all for the small window they had to enter the pane and from the astral into the material plane. And it went so very horribly. It was wonderful. I loved it. Some of the crew members are still out there in the wreckage of the remains of the ship. Some of the ship flew into the pane and smashed against this mysterious tower and broke asunder. The party looked about, and soon all of these strange spider-like creatures that would consume brains and burn them to cast spells, large-sized creatures, started swarming. The party panicked and fought, and soon latched themselves onto this tower. The tower is floating. They broke the bottom half of it. Very mysterious. After going up into the tower, they learned a bunch of odd things. The giants and the dragons had a long ongoing war across multiple panes, and it seemed to come to an apex within this pane. Everything has gone horribly wrong in some strange way. The giants, in their religious zeal to get their god back, tried to kill the dragon god. And instead, now you have all these strange abominations running around trying to eat your brain. Lakire, one of the crew of the Phalanx Dreadnought, a worshiper of the dragon god, a trickster cleric, got real hype once they got here and has been slowly working with the party to get to the top with the intent of casting wish to restore the dragon god back to this realm. After a few very disturbing spell castings and some rituals, the sky began to crack. The astral sea that had been forming around this pane began to ooze through in a strange blood-like essence. And that's where we're going to be starting tonight. Thank you all for being here. I'm very excited. Nerium,
Excited DM.
Nova, Azalea, you watch as Lakire continues in this almost dance-like form exalt as the blood pours from the sky and begins pooling around the feet, dripping over the sides of the tower. All of the remains of the battle, long dead corpses that aren't even there anymore, just the various bloodstains intermingling.
Do you think we fucked up?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Ah, God, we keep fucking up this pain.
Azalea's just confusedly looking at Lakire, like silently just going, like, what?
He does anything weird, I'll bear him.
Yeah. Even Melly is just kind of like looped around her neck.
There's a strange warping. Let's get Arcana checks from the party as you feel a strange sensation.
29.
29.
What's Arcana?
That's
You know,
a
the
two.
wizard just kind of do wizard things.
Yes.
I got
That's a
19.
two.
No. Let's go.
Okay, bitch.
What'd you get,
I
Azalea?
studied too.
I got a 2.
You got a 2.
No, sweetie.
I'm so focused on Lakire right now. I'm not even paying attention to this guy.
The reason this pain broke in the first place is due to the death of the god. If enough souls leave a pain all at once, it breaks. And if a soul that is big enough as such as a celestial, it's gonna shatter. You don't experience this strange spiritual sensation of the rebirth of a god, which you were expecting. But there is a rebirth. There is a beginning. All of the blood, lightning fast, condenses before Lakire. There's a moment of perfect silence. And then the blood moves. Alcanor, would you like to describe yourself and what you might do in this moment as you come to sentience?
Yeah, the blood is beginning to form in upon itself, and it's almost like the slow rising pyre, or pillar, I should say, of just straight goopy blood nastiness. And it's starting to rise up, and as it rises up a little bit, it falls back out of place and it suddenly re-rises again, almost trying to form itself into something. But what that something is still unknown, because this is the beginning of what could be. And as it forms again, you see an arm try to outstretch, and then it falls flat. On the other side, you see a draconic claw try to outstretch, and then it falls flat, and suddenly it grows and grows and grows until it almost forms, it almost stops. And I think for a moment, you might think this thing, though it has no eyes, no nothing, is taking in Lakire's appearance, at least her stance. And then it suddenly forms into a humanoid shape, almost the exact same size as Lakire, perhaps using that as a blueprint for what it should be now.
Okay.
As it forms, you see the head form. It looks like a head. You see these almost like fin-like things that could be the fins of a dragon. Recesses, but again, no eyes, no tongue, no vital organs, no nothing. You just see this figure form.
Okay. Lakire goes down on one knee and takes off his red dragon mask for the first time that the party has seen him since he put it on, and proffers it to the plasmoid before him and says, "And thus begins the second and final testament of Hallerikjölk Svothenor."
I think this creature entity doesn't respond verbally. You see a third, almost appendage, come up and grab the mask. And as it grabs the mask, you see even the red of the mask itself suddenly begin to fall apart as it's whatever this creature is. It's potent. It's vile, and it's stripping it back to whatever bony state this mask was. And as it comes into its body, it suddenly shifts and settles right upon the facial space of this creature.
Lakire, did it work?
My lord,
Sort of.
welcome to Delicate Sarth.
You see Alcanor mirroring Lakire's movements as he speaks for a moment. And then his head kind of almost detaches for a bit and looks around to see who else is here.
Okay. You take in the top of this tower. You watch as these draconic symbols begin to fade and heal around you. There are a couple of people in this tower. Before you, the trickster cleric is a tiefling. You see the human, I believe, Nova, you're a humanoid?
He counts. He's
Yep.
a variant human.
Variant human. You see a human-looking individual with a strange purpling mark on their shoulder. Something's off there. You see a gator-like humanoid, a large, hulking gator-like humanoid. You see a void guard drake, and with one hand on said void guard drake is a furbolg.
I think you see the form doesn't know how to walk just yet, so it almost glides across the ground and goes in front of Lakire, putting Lakire not intentionally behind him, but he's moving in front, like start to look. And he looks at Azalea, he looks at the goopy snake that's there, and again, head tilt of curiosity. Continuing to scan, looks over at the entity that is Nova Wake. This power, you can sense a lot of power coming from them.
Black hole in one eye.
Black hole, because Black Lives Matter. And then his gaze, or what you feel like is a gaze, again, no eyes though, look at Nerium. And then he doesn't stop looking.
She's very pretty, I understand.
As you kind of start walking around, Melly, like, the snake form kind of, like, jumps to the floor, and when it lands, it's in cat form, so it's like a blob of honey cat, and it's, like, doing that thing that cats do where they, like, stalk something from behind. It's doing... Yeah. It's doing that to Alcanor as I'm just kind of, as Azalea is just kind of standing there and observing what's going on.
Lakire, do you mind explaining just anything that is currently happening? This does not look like a dragon. It looks like a... It looks like our chef, actually. It looks like Mary.
I love Mary.
Mary's great.
We have been fulfilling prophecy this day. The astral sea that has been forming around this pane consisted mostly of our dragon god and seems to have been reborn in this shape.
So we did it. We got the dragon god back.
Not technically.
Ask them yourself.
Okay.
How tall is Lakire?
Lakire, medium stature.
I think we made him a comfortable 5'10".
Okay, so he's bigger than me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ha!
Yeah.
just wondering.
Entity, if you have a name. Or would you consider yourself a dragon god?
Can anybody speak Draconic?
Lakire again.
I speak Celestial in common.
I've got Druidic.
Well, he will begin to speak.
Elvish and giant.
Hey, he would begin to speak in Draconic, and he would say, you'll hear him actually saying the name of the god over and over, and if he can tell,
Comprehend languages?
I don't have comprehend languages.
How dare you?
he's gonna start speaking, and he doesn't know. Can I do a check to see if he could tell if they can understand it or not?
Sure, make an insight check.
Wait, I didn't want to just do it. That's what I was like.
Lakire can also translate for you if you prefer.
That's a 9.
Okay. They're all just kind of staring at you, speaking in assumedly common. But in the event that you need, Lakire can translate for you.
He would say still in Draconic, I was Hilarikiok Sothanor. Alcanor. His gaze still has not left Miriam.
I'm going to
Just
glare
like wave.
at Lakire. Just like help now.
Translation, Lakire.
Svolnord has been reborn and has named themselves Alcanor. I do not know what this portends. I must begin my writings.
Before you do that, do you mind just quickly asking them why they're giving Miriam the stare down?
Alcanor.
I don't think... This is just my lieutenant.
As they're staring, you notice that their coloration was kind of a muted grayish orange. It's starting to shift into something a lot more red.
Alcanor, make a history check at disadvantage.
Like this?
Okay.
I think it's because you have giant in your blood.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yep.
You can't exactly pin down the source of the rage that you're feeling, the bloodlust, the anger, the hatred, but it is boiling.
And as it begins to boil, you even see like the ground, there's some goops that's on the ground. It's starting to like bubble up. And you start to see these 2 giant appendages come from their back as these huge, goopy, draconic wings suddenly appear, and he starts to rise off the ground. Still staring at Nearing.
Can I like tell that he's becoming aggressive? In like is this like visibly
Perception check?
confrontational? Because I've got a pretty solid insight, so
I would think you could.
I think it's safe to ascertain. Yeah, I think it's safe to discern that.
Okay.
Tell your dragon god he's got 5 seconds before I put him in a maze.
Yeah.
You can see clouds starting to form above.
Oh, fuck.
He's just staring though. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been said. You can see clouds, and you almost see like these flashes of perhaps an orangish yellow, a little bit of red forming above him.
Lakire?
I've got the blood of the enemy.
Yup.
Fuck.
Azalea kind of like loops her hand like this, and like a weird kind of thorny tentacly thing, kind of akin to the texture on her shoulder, and she's gonna prep and ready Thorn Whip in case he does actually eat.
I'm going to take a ready action to cast Maze should he attempt to move closer with aggression.
Yeah.
Lord. These people before you, these mortals, they saved me from torture and death. I would not presume to give guidance, but I would ask for your mercy.
Hey, Feff, roll a d20.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, the turns have tabled.
that's a unlucky 13.
I got higher than you. That's a 16. As I already told you, Feff, before we started, meteors are starting to fall.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Alcanord procs his their meteor swarm.
Miriam's just kind of doing one of these, just like, hey, dude, you don't
Does this-
understand me?
Alcanor has cast meteor swarm.
Subtle spell?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
like we're just okay.
And it's just happening now? God
Does
damn
Let's
it.
roll initiative.
Does
Well,
that proc
It
the
would
Thorn Whip?
proc everyone's held action.
It would proc the Thorn Whip. I did not move.
True, that would not activate move with aggression was what that was.
21.
Okay. I
To
love
hit?
playing ref.
No,
Hit a hit. Oh, 21. Oh, yeah.
21. We're doing initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for initiative?
Yeah.
That's bad on my part.
21
rough.
for Nerium.
14.
Okay, who's got
20.
the higher dex?
23 for Nova.
I have a 14 dex.
14 dex. And Alcanor, what's your dex?
I have a 16 dex.
Okay.
Ooh.
For the Thorn Whip though, that was a nat 20, so it's gonna be a painful thorn, I guess.
Not if I silvery barbs it.
Ooh.
Are you using a reaction?
No, actually, no, because the thing is happening. That was weird, actually. No, I'm gonna let it happen. He doesn't. He's not worried about it.
Sure.
Okay, so
He's not worried
point
about
of order, we'll do Alcanor and then the held action, and then we'll go into initiative. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, Alcanor. Meteors from the sky.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Great,
great.
hurling
No, we're doing this.
balls
We're
of
doing this.
fire.
Yes, these. Yeah, you see these things forming, and suddenly these huge rocks are almost forming out of nothingness, start to come through these the clouds above. Luckily, you all are only getting hit once. I need a dex save.
Lakire hides
Goodbye.
Dex save.
hides down behind Alcanor. Also, I should roll initiative for Renekton. Renekton also got a 14. Nova, what's Renekton's dex?
Renekton has got a +2 dex.
Okay, so he will be going before Alcanor.
You get a
No.
+5
What?
'cause of-
No.
He has lower
No.
than.
You said
He
you got a
has-
14.
What?
I have a 16.
You got a 16.
I've also got a +2 to dex. So
But your totals were
I
14,
rolled-
correct?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, my total was 14 plus 2, so 16.
Yeah.
So it was.
Oh, wait. On the die was a 14.
Yeah.
You have a +2.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you
gotcha.
said you rolled initiative and it was a 14.
My apologies.
Okay,
Gotcha.
we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yes, he goes before me.
Okay,
They go
so
before me.
I
Right there.
believe everyone needs a dex save.
Yep.
I rolled a
have-
34.
Great.
Nova Prime rolled a 20. Prime rolled a 27, and Simulacrum rolled a 30.
Great.
I
I
have-
had
I
advantage
have-
on dex. +9, rolled a 20, and +5 because of the valley.
I have failed on every dex save we have had this campaign so
Oh,
far.
baby.
This is a solid 6. Wait, do
Can
I get
use
those? Do
my
I get
34 to protect her?
No, is there like a plus from Renekton still?
You get a +5.
Yes, Renekton's
Plus
still
five.
nearby.
That's a lie. It's an 11.
That's a fail.
Can I use my 34?
I'm like behind him, so I don't know if that
You
would
ask
be
every
effective.
session. No.
I just want to protect this alien.
No, dude.
I would like to donate 4 from my
All
roll.
right, we got to do this very specifically. I'm starting with bludgeoning. If you -2. Okay. If you failed, it is 74 bludgeoning. If you succeeded, it is 37.
That's
And
still
Nerium gets
Yeah,
half
that's
because
half
rage.
You have that, yeah. You round up or down?
We round up unless specified otherwise.
I'm going to spend a 7th level spell slot using my Song of Defense feature to reduce the damage by 35.
You better. Amazing. Everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
This is the hard part. Fire damage. If you failed, you take 42. If you're resistant, you're not resistant to this. I'm sorry, I just laughed so hard. If you failed, you take 83. No resistance
That makes more
procs
sense.
from that. If you succeeded, it is 42. No fire resistance matters. But if you have resistance from other things, you're good. If mine specifically
fire
goes
resistance.
through fire. If you have fire resistance, not to this.
Not for Alcanor.
Yes.
Not for the blood prophets.
Now, I do need to check a thing because it's about wording with. Are you a berserker?
No.
Path of the Ancients, Barbarian.
Ancients. Ancients and Ancestral Guardian. Got it. I meant to say Totem Warrior. Great. So, all right. That should be all of that.
All right.
It was Berserker before Offbeat got to her.
Hey.
So
I don't know why I didn't try to say Berserker. I meant to say Totem Warrior, but I read Berserker.
So the meteorite slams into the tower on the location of the party. By the way, Nova, you need to roll Dex save for Renekton. And huge chunks of... Say again?
16.
16. That's a failure.
Yep.
Huge chunks of the tower just are shattered. You guys are now on a sorry, mic stand. You guys are now on a floating chunk of the remains of the top of the tower. Nerium, your immediate thought is, what about the crew?
Fuck. Mary!
Where did the rest of the meteors go, by the way?
I'm gonna be dead ass. I'm gonna let you decide that.
Okay,
One
cool.
definitely lands on them,
Right.
but I think it's collateral damage, and that collateral damage could be the tower, it could be whatever. But I don't think he is focused. Well, I will say everybody can tell he has not stopped looking at Nerium.
He's aiming at me.
I'm gonna say
And I
that
dodged.
two head, because it's a mile radius. Two head for the nearby city and collide together on the way down, and so it's just this firestorm down upon that city, and two more smash into this empty ocean that surrounds the tower, and these two huge craters ripple out in cracks along the floor, and fire begins painting this otherwise gray-scaled land into a vibrant, dangerous red. Vine Whip, Azalea, you and
Yes, Bulbasaur.
as the whole thing begins spinning, this top of chunk, the floating tower that you're on, you proc the Vine Whip, and you lean past a piece of floating rubble, and you throw out the vine.
It's a 28 piercing damage.
Oh, is it a save or is it a hit?
It was a.
Oh, it was
a
a natural
hit,
20.
and it was a nat 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's-
Gotcha.
And
28 piercing damage.
Omega, how we do, how my table does crits is we double the damage die.
Okay.
Yeah, the raw crit versions.
Yep. Sounds good. You said 28?
Yes. 28.
Thank you. Ouch.
All right, and I believe
Ouch.
that begins our turn rotation.
I think you even see like the thorn whip go and hit Alcanor and almost go through his body and kind of, and you just see like his goopiness. He's just bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay,
Alright.
Nova, you're up first with Nerium on deck.
All right. How big is this piece of rubble that we're on?
It is roughly 80 by 80 feet round.
80 by 80 feet? I could push him off, and he would probably be able to enter. How far away is he?
He's dead center.
Okay.
And I'm about probably 20 feet in the air. I said I rose up and stopped.
Yep.
So I'm thinking about casting a cheeky hallow with wish at instant speed.
Okay.
It says celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead cannot enter the area, nor can such creatures charm, frighten, or possess creatures within it. Any creatures charmed, frightened, or possessed by such creature no longer blah 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 blah. Second, I can bind an extra effect. Denies a certain access from other creatures when a creature that would be affected by spells. I can also give other stuff, basically. It only would be 60 feet though, so he'd still be able to shoot into it, and I don't know if I like that. Mostly fire damage though. And then Miriam can't whack him.
Whack.
So I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Thought process said no.
I appreciate you
process said that
externally
was a bad idea.
processing though, so we all get to hear.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's how high up? He's 20 feet up.
Yeah, he's 20 feet off the ground.
How
Cool.
high can I
They're-
jump again?
You can jump 20 feet. Yeah, fine. I'm going to use. I'm going to have myself. I'm going to cast anti-magic field over top, and it's going to stay with me. No spells can enter this area as designated by the anti-magic field, nor can any magical effect enter it.
Subtle spell, kind of spell. I'll roll for it.
Yep. The DC is 18.
Need to check one quick thing. Sorry. We love being a sorcerer. Magical guidance procs because of the nat 1. When you make an ability check that fails, you spend 1 sorcery point 3, roll the d20. I will do that. Oh, the flat out nat 1. Oh, well, that's fine.
Lex, do you remember last episode when I was like, very subtly, like, yeah, you have giant blood in you?
I was like, oh god.
That's a 15 on the die, and what is it?
It's 18 is what you have to roll with
Okay.
your ability score.
Yeah, that's a 20 total with my modifier.
Nice. Okay, so that is Prime's action wasted. My simulacrum cast Spirit Shroud last turn at 5th level before we started up this whole summoning process. So it is still ready. It still has action surge. He is going to go boom boom. Then I'm gonna spend. You have resistance to fire damage.
Sure.
Ooh.
This is to UCB in a playful way. That is Scorching Ray out of the question.
I mean, you don't know that I got resistance to fire damage. You can do
I know what
whatever
a
you
red
want.
dragon mask looks like from my best Lieutenant Lakire.
Lakire looks panicked.
Yeah.
He looks exposed and scared,
He should.
torn
He's
between his
killing us.
friends and his religious fervor.
You know what? Fuck it. We ball. I'm gonna do Scorching Ray at 8th and 7th level. So even though the damage might not do as much with the Scorching Ray, it's still gonna proc with the Spirit Shroud. damage.
Spirit Shroud.
So that is going to be 9, 8. That is going to be 17 d20s going your way for Google
okay.
Dice roller for this one.
Yep.
Yay.
Google. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we roll. Okay, that is going to be a 27 to hit.
Hits.
A 25 to hit.
Hits.
13 to hit.
No.
22 to hit.
Yes.
Another 13, that's a miss. A
Nope.
28 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for the
26 to
inspo,
hit.
chat.
What was that? 26.
26.
22 is the lowest that's hit.
Yeah, okay, 26 hits. That misses. That misses. A critical hit.
Great.
Ooh.
A 21.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, meets.
Meets. Miss. Hit. Miss. That is 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits.
Do me a
I'll
big
do-
favor.
I'll do the fire damage first.
Do not do the fire damage. Just give me Spirit Shroud.
All right, are you immune or whatever?
I'm immune to fire.
Okay, big chill. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 22 because 11 hit, and 2 of those are crits, so that's 1, 2. This is necrotic, you can no longer heal, your movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Ooh.
Woo!
111 necrotic damage.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Like
Uh,
a cavity blossoming across your nature.
Nova is then going to action surge. Let's go! And I'm going to cast Disintegrate at 6th level, but I'm using Subtle Spell with Meta Magic Adept. Actually, I don't need to. You spent your reaction. You can't get more. No, you can't. I don't need to. I'm just going to Disintegrate regular. I need a Dexterity saving throw, please.
That's a 19 on the
God, I
die.
have better not
I'm
to
going
do.
to Silvery Barbs.
Do you have your reaction still?
Yep.
He,
Sorry.
I have
Technically
not used my
does,
reaction at
yes.
all yet.
that's a natural 20.
Oh!
Can you Silvery Barbs more than once in the same target with a different person? I'm pretty sure.
If both have their reaction, then yeah.
Okay, my Simulacrum will use Silvery Barbs.
Like, please, no.
That's an 18 on the die.
Yes! Okay, that worked.
What's your save?
DC 19.
18 on a die. 21
Oh.
total.
Oh, okay. Well, that misses then. The Disintegrate will fly off into space. Well, that was my turn.
All right, which brings us
Yeah, that was
to
nice.
Nerium with Renekton on deck.
Alright. She's kind of just staring this fucker down.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, God damn it. Summons her echo from the ground. And it almost is like the water and the blood mixing together on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You could still see all the deep creatures inside of her. And she's gonna get ready to her 3 bonks.
Bonk, bonk.
I'm quiet.
Huh?
You're
I sound
quiet?
What?
In the headphones. If you guys can hear me, fine, it's fine. Alright.
I hate silvery barbs. I
It's
hate it.
great. It's great.
I hate it.
It's so good.
As the DM, I hate it because on the Thursday crew, 3-4 people have silvery barbs.
Yeah, Taco and I
Also,
both
a
have-
simulacrum having action surge is gross.
I know, it's horrible. I love it so much.
That is effed.
So 25,
Yep.
7, 22,
Hits.
and 12. And then the third one hits because I rolled a 12 plus 15.
Great.
All right.
You're right, Icarus. It does make the party happy, and that's kind of the important part.
You deal 23 damage in extra damage per hit, so that's 3 hits. Using
My
that.
dice.
Using your Dragon's Wrath Glaive, so that
Yep.
is a D10 plus
Does that do
2d6.
anything differently? Because you're
Say again?
Dragon's Wrath Glaive. Would it do anything differently?
He is.
I mean, not
That's a great
raw,
question.
But it could be fun.
They are technically a plasmoid.
Okay. Don't know if he had like.
The
Resistance
origin
of-
is celestial and draconic in nature, but it still classifies as a plasmoid.
You do plus 69 damage at the end of this.
Nice.
You don't got to roll.
Oh,
You
really?
see how many HP I have. I'm a sorcerer, and you hit me with 111 necrotic damage.
He's on Concho.
Oh yeah, I splat.
He's like, oh. I think he's down.
Lakire, do we need to do first aid to bring this guy back? He was supposed to save us. What the fuck is this shit?
Not believe you have done this. He casts 6th level heal on Alcanor.
Yeah. Lakire, if you want to die, you keep going.
Alcanor gets 70 HP back.
Lakire is getting promptly smacked upside the head.
Okay.
I love that.
Alcanor, you come back to consciousness.
Just hits the ground like you can see like his body gets like deflated and then suddenly it's reforming.
He is
Stop
going,
it!
Lakire is going to kneel before Alcanor and plead to stay your hand. Contested opposition rolls.
Tell him I'm not trying to hurt him. Jesus.
Hey, Azalea, do you have silvery barbs?
I
I think
don't.
so.
Shit.
13 again.
I got a 12.
Okay, remain calm.
Yeah.
My lord, please. The world is broken. And I think you will be pivotal into fixing it as well as these friends of mine. I beg you to see past your age.
As he forms and his head fully turns towards Lakire, you'll see that color starting to dissipate.
Okay. There is a slow moment of bated breath. And Lakire, hands up, steps between the party, and Alcanor goes, "These are mine friends. This is Nova Wake. This is Azalea. This is Nerium. And this is Renekton.
This is Chester.
And this is Chester. A void guard drake, touched by the right hand of the Father of None."
He'll begin to speak, and it starts in Draconic, but it slowly shifts into Common. When is it?
To be honest, we are entirely unsure, but it looks like it's midday.
This land has been broken for millennia. It no longer has a people to hold the date and calendar.
If you would be so obliged, there are many people below who are stranded here with us. We'd like to restore this pain as we cannot continue our journey without fixing it. All of our research pointed to your rebirth and revival. So please, if you'd come with us, not only could we restore your land with your aid, we'll be out of your hair if that's what you wish. I guess you
Yes.
don't really have hair, you're a blob.
I hate you.
You're a blob. He said you're a blob.
They finally reform back into their full state, and they even like go down a couple of inches. They probably settle at like a good 5'9", maybe 5'8".
They get a little denser.
Yeah, like, wee. And you are friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are not aligned with those opposed to what I was?
Just points to her weapon and her dear beloved baby. Just like, no.
They are not from here. They ride the astral currents.
so I do not kill.
I would not tell you. I would not deem to tell you what to do, my lord. But please, they are powerful potential allies.
I think he like suddenly just like glides right up to Nova. He just kind of looks and like stares at your black hole. That's probably so wrong, but that's just what he does.
Love looking into your holes.
Damn.
Oh, how have none of us thought of that one yet?
Like, just kind of.
You sense a certain celestial lineage within Nova Wake. 2, actually.
Friend.
Yes, friend. Apologies about that earlier scuffle.
He glides over to Nerium and almost seems like he's like sniffing. And like, you know, when like a cat sniffs something that they don't like and it takes a moment before they get like, it's very like,
Just. Yep.
friend.
This is my oldest friend. Good friend.
Continues traveling over and stops at Azalea, but before he can even focus, eyes go straight down to Blabblecat.
Yeah. And Melly is like just kind of in cat form, sitting on the ground, just like because Azalea does not look too hot in the health department. She is hurt very badly, and Melly's not happy about it.
We'll heal our friend.
There is
I got it. I just did turn
two things almost happen at once. He looks back to you, and you see him kind of like a scan, and then he begins to whisper in Draconic. He begins to whisper in Draconic. And as he does, you'll see like almost a burning light appear in his mouth or where his mouth would be. And then all of you almost feel like you have like these 2 draconic claws come over you and almost give you like a hug and then dissipate as he casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
At 6th level.
I need that face. I need that face for meme reasons, please.
What was that face? I missed.
That is 23 points of healing.
Alright, so half a meteor, a quarter of a meteor's worth.
Hey, some of it back. But then, as he's like whispering, you see another appendage kind of just shoot off of his side. Actually, no, it comes out of his back. It kind of comes out and then it pops off and floats, just this small spherical blob. And then this blob begins to take shape, and it's a small goopy pseudo dragon who then lands right next to me, to Melee.
Aww. Melly just kind of.
Chester also, the void guard.
He just like looks and goes.
Melly does like the cat bap. Like watches the
Ripples.
of like
Does the cat back look like one of them sticky hands?
yes, exactly. like bap, but then the paw's stuck, and then the arm comes back, and so you just got this like.
Chester looks back at Nerium like
Friends.
like a why they so sticky.
You're built different, sweetie.
Well, as heartwarming as this all is, we should probably get back down to the Phalanx Dreadnought and get acquainted and do a little bit of a meeting. How is the bottom of this tower looking? 'Cause
Not
I do
great.
Also I have another simulacrum down there. Remember,
Yeah.
the one that's back there.
How many you got?
I got 2. This was a rule made because I made 172,000 in the other campaign, and I was banned from making more than 2 extras.
Oh,
There was a specific
my
moment where
God.
he and I were in a call, and I was like, "Offbeat, this is fine, but don't ever do this to me again."
I was like, technically, it's legal. It's cruel. But it's legal.
it's mean. Also, I need more volume from Offbeat.
Okay, I'll lean in closer.
Azalea looks down at Melly, and Melly kind of like starts losing the shape that she's in and becomes like a puddle that then recongeals into like a snake that then slithers up her leg and up her body and is now wrapped around her neck.
This
They count
motion,
as beasts.
as the party, no. This motion, Alcanor, draws your attention to the roiling knot of wound, of what used to look like, what used to probably be a tattoo, is now something.
It looks like a very knotted scar, like very, very like viney in appearance. Like it's like kind of almost just over her whole shoulder.
As the
Yeah,
party is making their way down the tower.
Yeah, he would have pulled back, and you would actually almost see the same thing that not the exact same, but you'll see the little dragonling literally go into Alcanor's leg, just become goop, and then reform on his shoulder, and just be watching. But as he begins to travel, he makes sure the Kyre is always close because he doesn't know y'all yet. Like,
Before,
Kyre is
Before-
writing. Go ahead, Zim.
before we start musing, I'm moving. I'm gonna use my Fey energy pool to be less hurt. So we're gonna do that.
I'm gonna say that you're probably right next to me. Let me know what numbers you roll. Or I will say, if you roll any really bad ones, let me know.
I rolled 5d6s and I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ha!
Do you like that? Do you like that?
I mean, more would be better, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. You as you start to heal yourself, it's not even anything he does. But as you're beginning to do the incantations or whatever you do to take that power, you suddenly see him glow a little bit, and your hands almost match that glow just for a moment. As he has empowered healing, so I'll use a sorcery point. You can re-roll any of those that you want.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Ah,
Math is hard.
solidarity.
Goop solidarity.
Goop solidarity.
Cool.
Go squad. Go gang.
All right, cool. That was the same. So.
We tried. We tried.
So Azalea just like kind of takes a deep breath in, and this like it looks like a wave of almost like this kind of cloud of black, like like the air kind of desaturates, washes over her as like she kind of breathes in, and then her hands like glow like you were describing, and she glares at you suspiciously.
You can tell he's not even watching you heal. He is staring at your shoulder, though. Does it hurt?
Not anymore.
What is?
What is that? Long story. And not one I am too keen on sharing with someone who just attacked us.
Correction. Attacked her.
I don't see a difference.
Yeah,
Aw.
you also kind of. So maybe single target, you could do that argument, That was a meteorite, mate.
Small.
Lateral damage.
9th level meteor swarm. Small. Not small, maybe for you. For us.
Noted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see like his hand gets opened up, and you'll see like a very, 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 very condensed meteor in hand, but it's not going anywhere.
As you guys continue moving down through the rooms, it happens again where once you guys enter a room, one of the many warforged corpses deanimates.
God damn it.
Did it read our notes? I'm gonna run over to where I left the notes and see if there's any writing or anything.
Before, as the two of them run off, before I follow them, I'm gonna look back at Alpinar and just go, tread lightly.
I walk. My feet are light.
I thought he was gonna start flying.
Tread
Just to be
lightly,
clear, she meant that in a
soft
threatening-ish way.
He did not take it as a threat.
I'm sure he didn't. She still tried.
I love it. Jeez.
Friendship.
And as she walks towards Nova and Nerium, you just see Melly on her shoulder looking back at you going,
just for CV, all of these prone, dead, presumably warforged, one of them there was doing something, and once you entered the room, it collapsed. There was a brief orange eye in that flicked to you and flicked to the party and fell back still. Orange light goes out.
I have a passive of 11. I don't know if I see that.
It's a loud clang as it deanimates.
Oh, okay. No, I see that. Definitely that. I'm thinking the eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he kind of walks in, and remembering what Azalea said, he's like walking very softly. But yeah.
I can hear his very, very reverbed and faint Squidward footsteps.
Did the Oracle read or interact with the notes we left in front of the Warforged?
It has scratched out the words you have left behind.
Ooh, rip, double homicide.
Okay, fuck you then.
Can you explain why? But why? Right, why?
I'm gonna flip over the note. I'm gonna write on the back. Why? Fuck you.
No! Scratches out, fuck you.
Hey!
No!
Yes!
No!
Fuck you.
Headbutt.
Shield. I then, Alcanor, maybe you'll know something about this. I don't know how much you remember from when you were a big fuck-off dragon.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do I remember?
You have leftover primal instincts, but the memory is not. The memory is more than fuzzy. It's like static. You can make history checks at disadvantage.
Listen, any history. You know, this is perfect. -1, y'all.
Can Nova provide?
That's a
the help
1!
action? That's just 1 on the dice.
No, it's a 2, so now it's a 1.
I was hoping for the 0.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
You remember fire, and you remember vaguely eons of ongoing war, but distinctions are not within your realm of capabilities, especially not something as specific as the Oracle.
I do not think I know.
Okay, well.
Maybe with a millennia. You all lived that long, yes?
No.
Maybe.
You know
Not
what?
yet.
Maybe.
Yeah, We could ask
I'm
Mom.
just gonna look at Azalea. How long do you live?
Well, that's a good question.
All right.
It usually she just kind of like chews on her words for a second and then says I'm fairly young, but my kind last through civilizations.
Okay, Miss Fancy.
Like squirrels. Squirrels are resilient creatures.
Not long lasting.
Alcanor just pulls back. Alcanor pulls back a little bit, and I think it's literally like I don't know if you've ever played. And now that I think about it, Killer Instinct. I don't remember if it's Glacius or Cinder.
Yeah.
But whenever they get shoot, they like do the teleport. It's like he just kind of goes down into nothing and then appears right next to Lakire, pointing again at Azalea's scar. What's that?
Oh,
Feels familiar.
Declares Whisper. My lord, that is an aberrant dragon mark. It has gone awry, and I believe it will eventually kill her.
And he like points, one hand points to Azalea, one hand points to Nova, and then third appendage points to Nerium. Friends?
Yes. Probably.
Okay.
saved your ass, bitch.
From the Shadowfell.
I owe them much. Do you remember what it was like in between where you were, what you were, and what you are now?
Dark. Stars. Quiet. Echoes. Dark. Nothing. Something. Me.
Your will is my command. Whatever I can do to aid you, I would be your disciple. Thank you for the sub, George. 30 months. God damn.
For now, we see. We see. See. And just looks at the group to meet all these people who he doesn't know yet.
The party gets to a vast opening as they continue on downwards. The spiral staircase is rent and torn apart. Various bits of metal have melted from the meteor swarm, whilst most things that were not just metal and stone have been burned away. Most of the stone is charred black. Most of the metal is melted. And so the party has to kind of weave through molten metal, and they find themselves in a 200-foot long gap to the next room downwards. How do we tackle this issue?
200 feet?
200 feet. And as you're looking,
No meters.
you're looking, you see, sorry. Where are you, dog? What is your name?
I can
Oh,
ride
it's
my
Coax.
game, right?
Coax the goblin, kind of on the other side. Hey!
Buddy!
You okay?
Hey!
Is everything okay?
Yeah, we brought back the dragon god. So
Just
he's
loopy head, just like looks over.
I glare at Alcanor.
no, he's all good. He's supposed to look like this.
Okay.
Probably.
Yes. So is everyone all right down there?
We don't know for sure yet, but it seems like everyone's kind of scattered. The ship is still anchored to the bottom of what's left of the tower.
Still floating?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Is my simulacrum there? My other one.
He asked for tea, and he kept correcting me on how to make proper tea.
Oh, that you probably deserved it. Tell him to teleport up here with Dimension Door Orders of Nova.
Okay.
I can throw any of you guys. Just 200 feet. I can just.
All right. There's now 3 of us. There is.
I'm going to kill you.
I'll keep their talking to a minimum.
The other two look at each other.
Yeah. So how many party members in total do we have, including our extras, like Lakire? Is it Lakire, just Lakire, Renekton?
Lakire, Renekton, the party, and 2 more of you.
Chester.
Oh, and Chester.
And where are we trying to get? Sorry.
We're trying to get down.
Be down back to our home base, basically.
It looks like it's just a hole.
It's a whole. You're in a floating chunk of tower, trying to go into a whole other floating chunk of tower.
So you got to get down there.
Oh, I'm gonna wild shape into a giant vulture.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to ride, they can ride on the giant vulture.
I can ride Chester, can't I?
Chester can't fly.
He can jump.
He can fall.
And then he'll take
can
75 damage.
Fall.
You would take 30 damage.
Alcanor, were you saying something?
No, he was just gonna say, we go down.
Yep.
Yes. We don't have wings. We're trying to do this safely.
You can fly if
Let's see
you
what
want.
Azalea just kind of like the pattern, like the weird knotted pattern on her shoulder seems to kind of like that becomes her entire like body texture, and she kind of reforms into the shape of this giant vulture and just kind of like wiggles and like stances so someone can get on.
It's petting.
And Alcanor, his own wings just kind of come back out. But little buddy on his shoulder jumps down. And when they jump down, they suddenly begin to expand a lot. A lot. I think they get into the hole. They get down so they can actually expand in the air. And they start to expand a lot as I cast Summon Draconic Spirit and make them a large dragon.
Nice.
So someone can fly on them.
Chester is just like.
I think Lakire, he actually tells Lakire to get on.
We'll see if we can get you wings, baby.
So
I think he
Lakire crawls up.
pushes Lakire to get up. Like, go.
Okay, so.
Oh, I can also just make trips back and forth.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
The party. Sorry, Nova. Go ahead.
I was gonna if we don't, I was gonna just figure out who to dimension door down with the different simulacrums, but if you're willing to take multiple trips, then
I could have,
Spell slots.
and Big Buddy, who I haven't named yet. Chat, I haven't named him yet. I have the right to veto, but I don't know what my Dragon Buddy is, so figure it out. But Dragon Buddy can also ferry back and forth.
Abyssal Icarus says, "What have you been feeding that thing?"
Sim 2 will just dimension door with Chester just to make it. So just Chester's limbs, I think, would be awkward to carry in any flight-based capacity.
I wouldn't want Azalea to try and carry Chester.
You
We're just
and Chester's like.
there you go.
Just gonna like. So do I just like hop on you? Is this it?
I've lowered down so it's easy to just kind of.
Okay. I'm like over 200
And
pounds.
Miriam heavy.
I'm
Miriam
like beefy.
dense.
She just like hops on.
I also have the strength of a giant vulture and not the strength of Azalea, which is very helpful right now because Azalea's not strong.
In short time, the party finds themselves across.
All right, Coax, meet Alcanor. Alcanor, this is Coax. Coax's friend.
And all like him, our friend.
Oh, everyone you'll meet
On the
today. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Appendage just comes out and shakes hands.
Okay. Nice.
Friend.
Okay. You make strange friends.
And behind Azalea is still Vulture, kind of stands vertically like on two legs, and then like becomes a person.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm dreaming.
Not yet.
Oh.
So, Coax, tell us a little bit about...
That felt like a threat.
Coax, don't mind Azalea, she's bad with people. Tell us what you have so far in terms of survivors. Where's the boat?
Yeah, follow me. And as he goes down, he goes, hip, hip. And all of these goblins come out from hiding. roughly like 19 of them just.
Jesus.
So I've decided that this character is, yes, someone said it in chat, part Baymax, but also part Bastion. Specifically Bastion when he's triggered in the forest.
No! Oh god!
Suddenly just red, just like.
They all scurry back down.
I said, oh.
Red!
Nova's just gonna run right in front of Alcanor, watching them go around and go, no! Stop! Friend! Still friend! All friends!
Tiny.
Azalea's hand glows as she's like just like try me.
We're all friends here, yes!
All the
You will
little
tell
heads stick back
When
up.
enemy.
You might be. I haven't quite made my decision yet.
You know what? I don't speak for Azalea.
Yeah, Azalea's an acquaintance then, I guess. Oh.
He is reverted back. He just like.
Some of the goblins tentatively kind of approach.
He's new to existence.
Oh.
Yeah.
We try
They're all
to
like,
look
we can get him to do dumb stuff.
Good luck.
You probably
Nova
could.
immediately draws his sword and is like, don't think I won't kill you yet.
Did you say it to me?
No, to the goblins.
Oh,
they all scream.
And I see their faces.
They all kind of scatter. Slowly, the party gets back down to the third of the ship that remains anchored thoroughly to this chunk of floating tower, which by now has started to rotate a little bit, and so the ship is kind of at a weird angle. But you slowly make your way onto the ship, where there is a Dracotar, I think is the term. Think of a centaur that is draconic in nature, and then dragonborn for the top half. This is the first mate, current acting captain.
Hi.
They are very confused what to make of this.
This is Croilex. He's a Dracotar. Hey, this is Dragon. You like dragons? Friends?
He kind of
Croilex, this is Alcanor. Their god.
a bit of a face of, this is a dragon.
Does he smell draconic?
Oh yeah.
All draconic.
He just kind of like just saddles up right next to him and just like looks at him.
What is your name?
Alcanor.
Well met, I am Croilex.
Dragon. Family?
Maybe.
Family.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no.
Oh my
You're-
god, you have a little brother.
You are my child.
Oh,
Oh,
you have been adopted.
you are you have a father.
Brood.
Okay.
Parent?
Don't know how that works when you are the newborn, but okay.
You are introduced to a few other individuals. Ronnie, a bard. You already know Renekton. The note of interest while you are being introduced to a few of these individuals, you see another plasmoid just kind of peeking out from behind one of the doors of the ship, kind of worried looking, kind of a pale blue.
Mary.
Hi.
Mary, this is Alcanor, new friend.
A very nervous a very nervous plasmoid, kind of gooping their hands together nervously as it kind of walks into the main hall.
Melly
2 feet tall.
Melly jumps off Azalea's shoulder, walks over to Mary and like nudges in cat form, just like nudges.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm the cook. I make food.
Food.
Yeah, we folk don't eat much, but it's nice to meet another plasmoid.
Plasmoid?
Yeah, you're like me.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You look like me.
Friend?
Okay.
I could like turn to look higher and just go.
Let me show you around. And you're introduced to a few more people.
Icorfen, that's a cool one.
Melly starts napping on Mary's head.
I saw a couple I like in here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them. Just not Danny DeVito.
That threw me completely. You meet Jack the bartender / quartermaster, who is a gunmetal warforged. You meet the ghost Spriggan that runs the ship, known as the Thalax, an ethereal, strange tree-like creature who is not well. Can very much feel the pain of the ship and is relatively incapacitated. But finally, this is the one I'm most curious about. You meet Task. You get down to the med bay. As Nova explains, or I guess Mary explains a bit about how Captain Teufel currently doesn't have a brain and can't be brought back right now. Gotta figure that out. But knocks on the door, and you hear... And before you stands this plague mask wearing doctor with various thorny plants woven into his clothes, and all of the skin that you can see is horribly melted. And he goes, gross. Hello.
Coming from you?
I am the one who gets to say it. Well met. I'm Task.
He's our doctor.
Does he know what a doctor is?
I put people back together.
What does mean?
Well, anyone feel free to be an example, but
Points to Azalea.
Nova quickly
Azalea steps a big step back.
Nova takes his rapier and just stabs his arm. He goes, fix.
and he casts healing magic around it and weaves it back together and until it is whole again. That is what I bring to the table.
And he will notice that as he does, his hand glows the same color as mine, even if it's an after effect. He'll just notice that there's an automatic, and I glow in that Samuel's area.
Oh, interesting. He notes that.
I help.
You do help. I have a question. I have a question for you. Sorry, Nova. Yes.
And just say, this is the dragon god that we revived.
I take it you are new to this world, then?
Yes. And this way, I think.
Is there any way I could take a sample of you? Just a little bit in a jar.
He looks around for a jar.
Oh, there's tons. You're in this med bay, and you can see hundreds of jars bolted to the wall of various ingredients, some of which are gross, and a couple of tables and kind of these bathroom stall-esque rooms flanking the sides. And you can see one person in a bit of a coma. Oh wait, no, that body was destroyed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. And he produces a small vial.
Just like before with the small little Drago, another appendage appears, maybe like from the shoulder, and it kind of just like splats off and appears, and then it suddenly forms like into a hand, a very clawed draconic hand, and as it goes over into the vial or whatever, he like plucks it from him, and then like as it's sitting there, the hand itself starts to go into the jar.
You are entirely fascinating. Corks it. Tucks that away into his various pockets.
As far as I can tell, he's like a regular dragon, just shaped very odd.
Wild. Well.
Mary's still with us, right?
Yeah,
like if you
Mary's
fold
just
a
kind of
piece of
nervously
paper.
still in the hallway.
Yeah. Melly is walked in a circle on Mary's head and is now curled up into a little ball and
Did she
sleeping.
do the biscuits?
Yes, she did the biscuits.
Biscuit.
So, Nova,
Mhm.
what's our next move?
Well, we've recovered the dragon god, and the pain. As far as I could tell, the pain was broken before because the fella here was missing. Maybe some necessary part of his essence is what was acquired. I think we need to do a bit more research on this pain itself. Figure out why exactly. I think the reason why it cracked, God left. If God leaves, a place blows up. Makes sense. Now he's back, it should be fixed, right? But he was already gone, so why didn't it fix in the first place? I think we need to do a bit more research onto the brain spiders.
I agree. Let us acquire some of them, and I will do some tests.
Oh god.
Okay. Do we have any corpses still running around? Any still left in the ship?
The goblins burned them.
Valid. So do we need to do a ground assault mission?
Yes, maybe put some eyes on the ground and feel things out.
Alright.
But for now,
Well-
I think you have all earned a bit of rest.
Oh my god.
Definitely.
Finally.
We'll still
It's Azalea.
I'm going to just like as we're talking, I think Lakai's probably next to me, most likely.
Oh, he stays right by you.
Yeah. Alcanar keeps looking at Azalea. Is Azalea back in their normal form, or is they still in
Yeah,
wheelchair?
yeah. No, they've been normal since we like finished moving back
Yeah.
and forth. Yeah.
Just leans over to Lakia, and the intent is to whisper, but I don't know people's passives. And I don't think he knows
16.
what whispering is, but he's intending to just be a little quiet, and he's probably not going to be. And he just says, "They will die. Help."
That would be an excellent first action. The first chapter. Oh, I'm sorry. The first chapter. A miracle, if you will.
Alcanor, did you just I'm sorry. Did you
I'm-
just point at Azalea and say they will die?
Yes.
Are you asking to help Azalea?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
It sounded like you wanted to help kill her. So
No.
we were confused.
Okay.
Doing that already.
Iman walks in the room and
Looks
goes,
at Azalea.
"Whoa!" and walks out of the room. You're vaguely off in the distance. There's two of them now. This is crazy.
Okay.
Azalea's just sorry, go for it. My
I
bad.
was like, I remember I have the dragon shard. I'm just gonna pop that out. I'm gonna go. I don't know who this belongs to, but I think you'll get the best use out of it, Alcanor. So while we rest, just I wait for a goopy hand of some variety.
Probably just like random appendage coming from leg.
Yeah, just I'm just gonna put it in there and just like pat it tight and go, that's yours. It's a gift. It's a dragon shard. Powerful thing. I don't. Good luck.
This does spark some familiarity, Alcanor, to you, and you feel a protectiveness over it.
You'll see it like literally go into my leg and then like go up and then very much like Steven Universe, Jim is now in belly button.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
But he looks over at Azalea, who was about to say something.
Oh, I was just Azalea's looking very uncomfy and suspicious, and just the glare intensifies is all.
He looks down at his stomach, which he has goopy abs. He does. I'll show you the original hero forge that he's based on. But he looks down at his stomach, but then looks back at Azalea. Want one?
No. Instantly responds. No, like instantly just goes, no.
We tried that shard on her before and it burned.
Pain. Ow. No.
New one. Different. Of me.
Helpful?
Probably. First step.
Azalea? What do you say? It's a dragon mark that you have. He is the god of dragons.
We presume.
Stands to reason that they'd be able to help.
I believe that he might be able to help, but I'm certainly not at the level which I trust him yet.
You're right.
Take time then. Well,
He just looks over at Lakire.
We cannot force. If we force someone help, it's not help. I would say that she is naturally untrusting. What would you go about, my lord, to assure your goodwill and intent?
He'll like look back at Azalea, and he'll like, as he's like looking, his feet doesn't move, but again, he just kind of loops over. I still don't think he understands the concept of walking. So each time he starts to walk, it's just a glide.
he's just shuffling.
I have specifically what I think it looks like, but it's such a deep cut.
It's a goopy hoverboard.
Well, it's Fairly Odd Parents when they all were turned into blobs. And they
yeah.
It's very that, but it's just still 2 feet. It's going.
Where you saying the lobbyist?
But he'll like come over and he'll instinctively, almost like Tarzan and Jane-esque, put a hand up. Touch.
Why? Azalea's not really one for physical contact.
I'm going to have to mop this floor.
No prestige. No
Connection.
She's gonna look in the direction of Nerium and Nova, kind of just like consider that they've already gone in towards trusting him, and she hesitantly raises her hand and just kind of like.
The minute the hand collides, think of the roiling, burning fire of a dragon, but it is as calm and warm as a hearth on Christmas Day. that feeling immediately starts in your hand and moves completely over your form. And even there's even like a glow still as the hands connect. And for a moment, you're not sure exactly what happened. But there's almost like a small handprint that's left on your hand. But as that essence settles on you, you feel as if you have potentially not the protection of a god, but it's as if you have prayed to a god and gotten an answer as he casts Death Ward on you.
Don't know what it does, okay? Gonna do a quick Google.
Protect.
Miriam's just looking, just ready.
Azalea, once that's done, Azalea will like pull her hand back, like almost like a flinch kind of, and just like take a sec to process the feeling of whatever that is. She doesn't do contact very much, and she's not all for people doing weird magics to her. She does weird magics to other people, so she's just like,
How do you feel?
not bad.
Would you say this is a new sensation?
Yes.
Feeling not bad is new.
It's the warmth you feel is drinking hot cocoa or hot tea when your throat needs it. It's just like
that is most definitely a new sensation. She's just like, she looks like she's processing a lot. It's just kind of like, okay. Melly kind of looks up, gets up from Mary, kind of like globs down the side of Mary, and then slithers, and then like snakifies and slithers up to her shoulder.
I was knowledge, magic, protection. I help.
All right. Okay.
I will not force. He looks at Lakaya for confirmation that's the right word. Will not force. But I think my will can help your ailment.
I'll sleep on it.
What is sleep?
That means she's going to go and process and think about it and come to a conclusion after much rest and thought.
Do I sleep?
I don't know. Mary, do we sleep? We go into a kind of stasis. It's we don't need to, but it is nice to kind of rest the brain every now and then.
But like, he's a dragon, just folded weird.
Is
I
this
a dragon?
meditating
Like, if you put a tomato in a blender, you get out soup, but it still was a tomato.
We just created canon. All plasmoids once were ancient dragon gods.
Yeah.
We was dragon.
Mary would never say it out
No,
loud, but she's
no,
like,
no.
"Am I a dragon?"
All plasmoids once were ancient dragon tomatoes.
Yes.
Blend it up.
We was kings.
At the very
We was
least,
kings.
at the very least, I'm going to offer a little bit more protection to this place as a whole, because this place, I don't want it to get attacked anymore. So I'm going to use my before I go to bed, I'm going to use my 9th level wish to cast Hallow on this area in a 60-foot radius. So certain creatures, I guess.
Is Maze 8th or 9th?
Maze is 8th, and I never cast
Okay.
Maze.
Well,
Yeah.
technically it was cast because you held the action.
It's true. It would have been cast at the end, but we never made you roll to save, I guess.
No. I was curious if you had it. No, go ahead. It doesn't matter, but I was curious. Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
I'll cast Wish Hallow at the very least. affected creature. I'm going to make its additional effect energy vulnerability, so that if any of the brain spiders and their kin enter into the area, they are vulnerable to force damage.
Ooh, spicy.
It's any what?
So the brain spiders, the thing because they're like the things that are basically inhabiting the area. Like
They're also
horrible
large-sized creatures, and there's an uncountable amount of them.
Are the ship? What's outside the ship right now?
Outside the ship is it's floating, it's anchored up into the sky, but there is an empty, desolate ocean. There's like it's an ocean bed, there's no ocean. And off to the northeast there is a city which now is on fire. A bit of additional information that the crew has put together is that, judging just east, a little bit past the city, looks to be a forest of some kind. But there's something weird about the forest. It's very shiny. Also, at one point, a goblin comes up to Nova and goes, well, assumingly we're out of this immediate scene and we're all kind of doing our long rest activities. At one point, the goblin not coax, just a random goblin kind of comes up and goes, I think I found something for you, but I want something.
What do you want?
I don't know what you got.
I can grant wishes.
I want to be medium height. I want to be the tallest goblin ever. Yeah. Do that. And I'll give you this. And it's a spell book.
You drive a hard bargain, kid. Sim! The last wish of the day. You didn't specify how long. I'm gonna cast a wish cast enlarge reduce on the goblin and make him medium.
So mean.
Roll for deception.
That's me.
I'm a genie.
No, you're a bitch.
I'm a genie. I'm bad at deception. That's 15.
15. He thinks it's permanent.
You're the worst.
He's like, yes, and he hands you the spell book. It says Path of the Ancients. And I
start flipping through it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wrath of the Ancients.
I'll go, ooh, colorful.
My brain says that's a video game that exists somewhere, and I'm sorry.
Huh.
There you go, Offbeat. Bop.
Oh, and if I can also get that dragon shard right now.
Sure thing.
What I need to know is, outside of the ship, I know we're anchored, but how much space is outside of where we are immediately, like ground?
We're in the air, right?
Yeah, we're in the air.
Hoisted
It's
up into
about, I think, 200 feet down to the ground. And then it's kind of just clay bed that has been dried to the point of stone.
And any of those brain spiders down there?
You can see ones here and there kind of through the cracks of the clay, kind of poking out and kind of skittering back down. For the most part, they were in the city, and now they have been displaced because of the fire. They seem to be burrowing creatures. And chat, if you would like to see a picture of these things, you can go to the Void Scourge channel in the Discord. They're nasty. Also, there are some very disturbing images in there, just a heads up.
Okay. And I know, well, we could do what you want, but he would just tell folks, I go home.
Huh?
My lord.
You come with.
Where is home?
I make it.
You see
Yeah.
Lakaire's eyes go, that sounds wonderful. No, yes, that's he, as if he recalled something from scripture. This is safe.
I'm not opposed to just how? Is it a spell? Is it you just gonna teleport? Is it
That
space?
is what people call what that could be. Yes, spell.
All right, he's gonna cast the spell. This is fine.
Last time he cast a spell, meteors fell from the sky.
There are more than one spell, Nerium.
I know like 2.
So it's known he's going to take Lakire and anybody else who really wants to come. But he's gonna go to the ground. And if I need to fireball one of these things, I will. Get out the way. But he's going to literally like sit like just blob of nothing on the ground for a long time. And a long time is an hour. And after that's done, he's going to reappear. And as he comes back up into his full apex, suddenly this circular, not circular, a cylindrical tower begins to appear as I cast Temple of the Gods.
Temple of the Gods. Would you like to go into detail about the temple's aesthetic?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't got a lot of it just yet, and I'm gonna have y'all help me decide what this looked like. But I know that it is actually just look.
Everything.
I literally just looked up Dragon Temple, and I really liked how it looked. And I think we get, and if we can play with it. We're level 20, and we're doing whatever. I think the cylindrical tower appears, and then suddenly it goes into the ground. Or at least it goes downward. The only thing you now see is just this very big, massive draconic head, which is the entrance. And you have to go down into the temple. And inside of it, it has like stained glass. And actually, honestly, I think it's pretty barren as far as like aesthetic and what it looks like, because he's still trying to figure all that out. But I think innately you'll at least see some stained glass depictions of Hilarial Swarthanor in their full form on both sides. You can see like a big old draconic effigy of them at the front where the altar would be. You see a bunch of pews and such. You see a long red carpet, for lack of a better word. Some sconces of different varying colors of dragon fire, keeping the place alight. If you keep going, there's like some rooms in the back to sleep and all that stuff, but we'll figure out exactly what they look like later. But yeah, you have to go into the town, the temple from the head.
And are you allowing the ship's crew as a whole to
Yes.
gain access? Okay.
Ship's crew could all go in. No undead unless I allow. None of those brain things.
Sure.
Could have said so.
Smart.
Accidentally puts no giants. Nerib's just like,
I mean, it's not on the list, but it should be. Absolutely no giants. And if something tries, they'll just be struggling and always subtracting the D4 to be while they're inside.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if whenever you all heal, you automatically get an extra, only a +1, of healing from me. But yeah,
Nice.
that's that. But it can be disintegrated. And if you do, he will meteor storm you multiple times.
That's fair. So the whole
Multiple
crew, for the first time in a
He can't,
long
but he
time,
will.
finds actual sanctuary, finds actual safety within this. Sorry, is it called this temple?
Temple. I don't know a name yet.
Okay.
Lakire can figure it out, or chat.
Lakire finds a sanctuary within and starts performing and various religious ceremonies. But the only person who can't leave the ship is the Phalanx themselves, the Ghost Spriggan. And after Kroilix sternly gives all the goblins a "don't loot the fancy temple that's keeping us alive and safe" speech, says,
I will stay on the ship with the Spriggan.
As will my simulacrum to provide a tiny hut for you.
This as well. Thank you.
All right. The party finds themselves in this beautiful temple to safety, to succor. The goblins all are press ganged into a sermon by Lakire.
Is Lakire a prophet now or a priest?
Technically, I think Lakire would be first disciple.
Okay, she was asking like everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You know.
I don't know. I don't even know if Alcanor considers themselves a god, which is probably for the best.
Emperor? Alcanor.
I'll play that
Call
music.
yourself
Is it?
God?
Is it?
No, I mean, technically, you're not gonna get canceled for it, but
Is it video game music or?
It's video game music.
Then we in, baby. Let's go.
It's the Hymn of the Fates from from Final Fantasy X.
That's awesome.
But
Hell yeah.
it's specifically Bahamut, who's the dragon.
Bet.
It's amazing.
Anywho, he looks at Nerium, but again, he looks, but he's just like, is this a problem look or no? Okay, great.
Now that they're like in this temple, Azalea kind of looks at everyone and just goes, "I have business to attend to.
Business.
Is there like a spot where we're like sleeping, or is there like separate rooms, or like what's?"
I think everyone's got various chambers that they can claim.
Yeah.
I mean, the temple doesn't say you can't have them, so I'm gonna say there's multiple rooms.
I think you get creative.
Yeah.
Leeway.
Liberties.
Creative liberties with you.
For the most part, yeah. That's totally multiple rooms.
So in which case she's like, "I have business to attend to. I will see you all in the morning," and just heads towards a room.
Okay.
To do.
You find yourself alone. Make a perception check to ensure.
Yes. That's 23.
23. Aside from the ring on your finger, you are alone.
So I will sit down and just go, "Well, you've been awfully quiet."
I did not want to interrupt, my lady.
I would like to hear more about this partnership that you are proposing.
I seek only to serve whatever I can do to ensure your success is my success. I can put your house in order, as it were.
They're essentially offering to be the position of basically head of house, like a head butler kind of a situation, and appears in all intents to be at your absolute disposal. The only thing that you hear within the words is a subtle pushing towards obliteration, and it waxes eloquent upon the concept of non-existence, the peace.
Mm-hmm. What will it cost me?
Nothing.
Inside the ring?
Sounds fake.
Vibe check.
Yes. Okay, not 20, which is hold on.
Okay.
I'm good at this. That's a 32.
This ring, with its insane amount of additional properties and benefits, will constantly be trying to get you to unalive yourself. In the shape of, when you are at your lowest point, it will beg you to step into a portal it can open to the void. And this is not so much of a, "Oh, dope, Nova can use this as a door to go speak to Dad." This is a, you step through this, you are disintegrated.
Spaghettification.
And it sees that as truly helping you find your absolute peace. You realize it's you with your insight of 20, you see it for what it is, a evil entity that has been captured into a ring that doesn't realize what it's doing is not actually helping you. It genuinely believes that taking this path is the path to peace, obliteration.
I will consider it. She's not gonna in any way accept partnership yet.
Okay.
But
then you do
she's-
not attune to the ring.
Yeah, totally fine. And then she's gonna call it a night. And when she does, she's gonna invade Renekton's dreams.
Okay, so Renekton is
Thanks.
dreaming. Renekton's chilling and having this beautiful dream where he is in a hot tub, chilling, surrounded by people he has just killed, and he is in absolute peace. There's a beautiful starry night sky. It's he's found a natural hot
tub
spring.
is blood, by the way.
It's a natural hot spring, and he has done his best to perform the art of death that he is so enamored with.
I'm gonna do this now because I'm really excited about the thing, so I'm just gonna do it now. But an arm like pops up out of the like the pile of wreckage and carnage around him. An arm shoots up. It looks like Azalea's arm at first, and then it kind of loses its shape and becomes like a weird wrangled mass of vines. And then another one, and then another one. And then like this kind of almost humanoid torso, also made out of this wrangled mass of vines, gets up and this is the thing that Renekton sees. I'm gonna stick it in the
Void Scourge channel.
in the Void Scourge channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
This is the thing that he sees.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. She's just there in her true form because why not?
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Describe this for us, DM.
Okay. A nightmarish creature of strange wisps. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, I think, arms and
18
legs.
arms.
18 arms and legs. In kind of a spider-like form, but not really. With this all-encompassing beacon of swirling white and gold and orange light, almost like a black hole, but emanating light, crawling out into the existence. Now, Renekton ain't no bitch. He's tough as nails. I need you to roll intimidation.
It's also a nat 20.
Oh my God! All right.
That's 26 then. Yeah.
Renekton goes from absolutely relaxed, sees the hand, sees the thing, and then as you fully form in your nightmare form, he just goes and gets out of the out of the hot tub and like trips over himself and just starts and looks around for a weapon, sees no weapon. There were many scattered along the floor. There's none now. He goes to he looks about him, so he has no armor, and he does another quick glance and just tries to run.
He just hears like that kind of under the breath chuckle that Azalea's done a couple of times. And if he turns around to look again, she's not there anymore. She is
Why are
left.
you haunting my crewmates?
Because I can.
He begins
Fuck
praying.
you.
He begins praying to the Father of the Void.
Does Nova hear this? That'd be funny.
He is my He's a paladin under my oath.
Okay. Nova and Miriam, you're in your quarters. Sorry, you're not in your quarters. You're in the temple. You are in the temple's quarters, and you just hear Renekton screaming.
Nova immediately wakes up and sprints to his room.
You crack open the door and you start looking around. You don't know how this temple. You don't know where Renekton's at. You start running around and you start bashing in doors. At one point, you find all of the goblins in a cuddle puddle, and you just keep going. And you finally find Renekton, who is asleep and thrashing. He has torn apart the makeshift hammock he has hung up against two very nice statues and is fighting in his sleep. He is night terror fighting. You can see him crying. He's hurt himself a bit, so he's bleeding, and he is inconsolable. I need you to make a dex save as you open the door, and his tail just whips out, just haphazardly.
That's a 24.
24. You managed to weave.
Weave.
Of course, I have not prepared whole person today. That would be lovely. Is it fair to say if I hit him with lightning damage, he'd wake up?
Azalea?
So after she chuckles, she's left from the trance. So he's now kind of in the dream so long as he's asleep, but he can wake up whenever.
Okay.
Nova is just going to, not knowing what to do, he's just gonna cast Shocking Grasp on his hand and is gonna try and phase him away.
He gets up, grabs the statue.
Renekton! You are having a nightmare! Renekton! Boom. You were having a nightmare, mate. I came looking for you, make sure you were in danger. What happened? You okay, mate? Haven't seen you like this. Just have a bad dream?
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk about it? You just...
I didn't know you could get those.
Yeah, I thought you were terrifying. Scaring of everything. What happened?
I was having such a lovely dream. And
He's got to roll history to see if he can put 2 and 2 together about the laugh. I'm all 13s today. I'm all 13s. What's his plus to history?
His plus to history is he's actually proficient in history, so
Okay.
he's got a +6.
+6? Okay, so 19. He goes...
just
He's got to roll deception.
Oh.
Contested check?
the spiders.
Yeah, against your insight.
Spiders.
He's not.
It's 13 for me. He's got a +5 to deception.
Okay, that's a 24.
Okay.
Spiders and this place is getting under my skin.
That's fair. Just gotta keep your wits about you. I understand this place is spooky, but you know we've roughed up quite a few spiders. Yeah, remember? Yeah, but I remember the one when we first came here. There was that big one that was all over the pane. Nerium torpedoed through it, and then the rest of them that you cut to shreds. You know, we got this.
Yeah,
They're tough.
I'll be fine. Thank you.
Rest up.
Go ahead.
Nova is looking around. Tomorrow, if you really want, I can cast Detect Thoughts and I can check and see what that was.
I'm fine. I'll be okay.
Okay, just
I'm gonna find somewhere else to sleep.
right. Nightmares are just keep track of them. Nightmares are haunted us more than once and have been actual things. So, if it is a thing, you'll let me know. Because fuck them. Fuck the Shadowfell.
Fuck the Shadowfell.
He's gonna leave.
Azalea,
Yes.
your door is kicked open.
Oh!
All armored up, sword on his back, not in his hand. And he goes,
We need
And that is where we're going to end the episode for the night.
How dare you?
Chat, thank you so much for being here. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to do a raid, and it helps everyone involved. Oh, God, this has been a really fun CB! Critical Bard, Omega Jones joins the Motley crew.
Hell yeah.
So if everyone who doesn't
Lord
know, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to see if this format works, is having a smaller continuous crew, and then having multiple guests rotate in for an arc for a bit of time, and then kind of go from there and see how things go. And Critical Bard, after multiple one-shots, has constantly been in my DMs being like, hey, yo, when am I gonna play again? And I'm like, bro, I got some ideas. And after we talked about it, I believe he jumped into the Zoom call, CB, after everyone had kind of been like, all right, let's invite Critical Bard. You hopped into the Zoom call and you're like, all right, bitches, let's get cooking. I think that was your exact words. And super honored that you would come onto the show. I love that you're here. You're bringing so much finesse. Thank you so much. Chat, you want to get caught up on these 3 weekly stream campaigns? Head over to the YouTube Jake and Feffers. We have fully edited episodes as well as summer series. We got summer series coming up as well in June, where I get to pass the reins over to DMing to some of the other members within the Longshot community. Allows me to kind of take a break and cook up what I'll be doing for the next season. And we will be, rest assured, picking back up with Terraform, Windfall, and Void Scourge. If you want to join our community, head over to the Discord. We also use the Discord for various illustrations and stuff like that. And also
Make
Marcus Territory, 2 weeks. Marcus Territory is going to be joining this Void Scourge Motley crew as well. Very excited about that.
And then I get to Media Storm him?
If he's hostile, yes.
But that said, CB, please tell us what's going on in Alcanor's head. Tell us a bit about yourself, and then pass it on to somebody else.
What's going on in Alcanor's head? I think I'm honestly still coming to what existence in this form means. So a lot's going on, and who knows what that even means. But he is very curious about Azalea's dragon mark. He has a proclivity or a need to get rid of that, or at least sate it. So we'll see. I'm Omega. Again, Critical Bard across all social media channels except Tumblr, because we don't go back to the Tumblr days. No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got a lot of questions.
I was fatefully there. As far as things I'm doing, on Monday you can find me on youtube.com/realmsmith as we return for our Curse of Strahd campaign Into the Mist, where I play a Dreams Druid named Noggins, who is a satyr, adorable little boy thing. Past that, what's happening? Oh God, too much is happening this week. Just look at my socials. I'm not going to lie. I don't have everything in front of me because I'm so tired. I'm perpetually tired. I go back to LA in 2 weeks. Let me live. I'm complaining about that. First world problems. Anywho, that's been me. Thank you so much for letting me play this very, very hot mess of a blob. I'm going to toss it to my was enemy, no longer enemy, Nerium.
That was hilarious and terrifying and beautiful. What an intro. Oh my god. But hello, I'm SmolBirdLex. You can find me at SmolBirdLex and SmolBirdArt. As you can see, the art is everywhere. Hire me. I do good. I am working on Marcus's character right now. Just saying, it's looking pretty good. You can catch me here on Saturdays. You can catch me on Phoenix Hawaki on Wednesdays. And that's about it at the moment. Send it to Fish.
Heyo, I'm an artsy fish. Find me on all the places as an artsy fish. I sing and I play games and I draw, and it's great. And check out Discord for the drawing I did of Azalea. It's great. But yeah, Azalea's having a great time. Yeah, Azalea's having a great time. She's not having a great time. She doesn't like being injured and all that, but she's having a great time tormenting Renekton specifically. It's what she does. She's having fun with it. It's, her hobby. It's fine. Technically, she didn't do anything that scary. She just existed and then left. and then left. So
I didn't do anything wrong. I just broke into your house.
A strong man who is capable when trapped is often falls to panic.
Great.
Yeah, so she's honestly kind of intrigued by how this conversation is gonna go. I'm intrigued by how this conversation is gonna go with Renekton. So, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna offbeat.
Yeah. What up? Yeah. I'm Offbeat Outlaw. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok under the exact same name, youtube.com/offbeatoutlaw. You can find me on Fridays. I DM my own level 20 campaign. We just got to the Feywild. I made a donut reference to these campaigns and all that jazz. It turns out it's a really good explanation if you have worlds within worlds. And yeah, Nova is excited that the plan worked. Very happy that they got the Dragon God and is hoping that was the missing piece to fix in the world in the first place. Was very spooked when the meteors happened, but was very happy that was able to be fixed quickly enough through Nerium doing the classic 3-hit special. And then Alcanor was just like, yo, I was a bit confused. It's all good. Shoot first, ask questions later. Now is later. What up? And hoping that this all works out for the best in the long run.
All right.
Perpetual side-eye to Nerium. Like, bombastic side-eye.
All right, everybody, pile into this raid. We go kick it with Lightbox Gnome playing some Overwatch 2.
Hey!
CB, if you had aimed the other meteors at the party, like, or at least even close to it, the ship and crew would have been in peril. I didn't know where you were gonna send those things, but you put it in my court. I was like, all right, cool. It's just a matter of time till you have to roll to who we lose in the crew.
I swear to God.
All right, everybody, we're getting into this raid. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Bye. Everyone say bye obnoxiously. Bye.
Bye.
And we are raided, and